Hey there friends, hope everyone is doing great out there. Checking out this Lefant robot vacuum mop. So this should be a fun one. Got this quick installation, quick user guide on there. That's it for the box there. Pretty good packaging. All right, let's check this thing out here, shall we? Little guy there, pretty sleek looking. It's got LiDAR. It's going to have dual mops, got an anti-tangle brush there, nice padded things. There should also be like, it has built-in thing that's going to wash the mop heads, everything like that, and air dries them. Here's a dirty water tank and a clean water tank. I like how easy those are to just lift out of there. That's nice. And just set them on. It has a little thing here. We can just access that. The water, add fresh water and dump out the old water. So that's nice, like nicely labeled. Okay, let's open this up here. So we got two little spinning duster things that get the corners. So those are that's like an extra one. So one's gonna go right here. And if this one wears out, it just snaps on there. So nice corner coverage there. That's cool. Hook that little guy right there. All right, and then we got our little mop heads. Looks like they got just a magnet on there. And just kind of, that's pretty sweet. And then these can come off if you need to clean them. This is self-cleaning, but if you need to take them off and throw it in the laundry, I'm sure you could. Just some Velcro holding that on there. I like how it's just basically just a magnet on there. So that's pretty clever. Our dust collector bag and extra pads. Looks like we got two of them. It's pretty sweet. So if you need to throw some in the laundry, maybe you got backup. And then we have a little cleaner and then a power cord. It's like this just comes off of there. We have our bag right in there already, so we can attach that. It's already attached. And this is not difficult to take off. It's just basically some neodyne magnets hold it in place. And it's kind of got a little, just an area goes into the back, and then just kind of push it in there. It should kind of click into place. There's a little water thing in the back, so you will need to push back a little firmly and make sure these click into place there. Just give them a little push to make sure, and then we're good to go. All right, let's get it set up, shall we? All right, little guy, there you go. So I put water in here. It's got a little plug right here. So we're gonna add the cleaning solution in there. We got the majority in there. We'll just close that up. Ah, that smells good. Smells like nice oranges. So I put water in here already. And basically it's got a little handle right here. We just put it right on there. It's just like that. Okay, take our plug-in cord here. Remove the protective film from the little robot guy. All right, little fella. There we go. You're free. You can see. All right, returning to charging dock here. Backing up.
Start charging.
And charging. Okay. Well, we're going to let it charge to 100%. I'm going to download the app and Lefant. Search for Lefant or Lefant in the App Store. Or we can use the QR code here. And we'll get this all set up on here while it's charging up. Well, friends, final thoughts on the little robot. I named him Herbie here. He's currently just got done cleaning the house. So I'm just gonna pick him up here. Come here, little guy. I know. And he's cleaning his little mops right now. So those are those things. Just want to take a look at the things. Even though it got done sweeping and mopping the house, there's no hairs like caught up in the bristles here. So that does a pretty good job of that. I got a couple cats sometimes roam around the house and other stuff. What I like about this is it's got this nice long one. So it does almost reach the corners as we saw. Very close to getting the very edge of the corners. Does a nice job of getting the sides though, because this extends out like past the robot there, so that's cool. We also have the little part on top. It's just magnetic, and you can change out the filter and stuff right here. So it does a pretty good job of getting the dust. I think it's pretty powerful. It's got a nice little, whether it's going over the carpet or on the floor, does a pretty good job of sucking up stuff. The bristles does a nice job of like grabbing things. I like how the mop parts, they elevate, so when it does going over the carpet, it's not getting your carpet all wet too when it's doing that. Good traction with the tires, seems to navigate around pretty well. Yeah, all in all, guys, it does a pretty decent job of like cleaning and mopping. One thing I would say is like, you don't want to use this for like cleaning up messes and stuff like that. So if you spilled a glass of milk on your floor, you don't want to summon your robot to come clean it up. It's going to get a little nasty. These are mainly meant for very minor spills, or just like regular mopping on just like your floor or whatever, just after regular use. So not recommended for, yeah, like a giant spill or something like that, because it's gonna just not really meant to handle that amount of volume of things. So this is just for normal everyday like dusting and mopping. And we'll check out the container there for the things. All right, you can go back home there, buddy. We'll put this little button there.
Returning to charging dock.
All right, we can check out the dirty water.
Returning to charging dock.
Yes, you can return. Returning to charging dock. So we can see right here, it's got some pretty good amount of dirty water in there, and yeah, did a pretty good job. Another thing I will say, when you get this, you got to make sure that the bottom tray clicks in there and gets a excuse me, gets a good connection in the back. There's a little rubber part that sticks in that allows it to suck the water out of the little mop cleaning area. So I had to actually just put it in and out a couple times just to make sure it got a good connection. I think it was, you want to make sure, check like check the rubber seals on there too, to make sure it's like not off a little bit, and just make sure it's like square when you push it in, gets a good connection. And then when also, it's got little rubber connections on the top there too. And that's where like this bottom portion feeds into, so it can kind of put the water up in there. So initially I had to just kind of push it down a little bit and kind of basically up and down a few times, so it made a good seal into the hole there, and that way when it sucks up the water into the container here from the bottom, then that all functions properly. So I had a little bit of an issue initially with that until I like figured out, okay, this just needs to be, make sure it's in there firmly and your bottom tray is in there. Put this stick in there. But all in all, it's pretty easy. It lets you know when the tank is in there. So I like how easy it is to like take out this. We'll just check it again, see how much stuff we sucked up now. So decent amount going over the house there. Sorry, try to get a good view. So yeah, it does seem to have a pretty powerful suction. Put this in. Everything seems pretty easy to work with as well. Not it lets you know. The app is pretty user friendly. Once I figured out, like the previous vacuum I had, it kind of it mapped the whole house, and then it made like zones and stuff, and you could just select a zone. This one, like, it initially starts cleaning while it's mapping your house. So I thought it was gonna map it first and then clean it. It was mapping it while it was cleaning, which was kind of cool. But just to keep that in mind, I just did the turn it to vacuum mode, and that way, if you have it on mop mode, it'll, depending on your settings in the app, it'll come back and refresh the little mop heads and stuff like that. So all in all, my friends, yeah, nice little vacuum. Does a decent job of like do just general like cleaning around the house. You can see along the baseboards and stuff, was able to get everything right on there, and like the hairs and stuff like that. So it gets pretty powerful, and almost like of all the robots that I've seen, this one was the closest to getting like the very last part of the corner there, which is very difficult to get because of the nature of a corner and obviously the round portion trying to get in there. So anyways, my friends, thanks for watching this review. I hope it's helpful. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you all next time.